This is going to take forever to go through these clothes. I start this massive pile of two boys' clothes. I don't know why they got so many. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Secrets of a Busy Mum. I am Alison Marie, if you didn't know, and this is my very first video where I'm actually decluttering. I've gone over a lot of videos where I was talking about how I failed many times for decluttering, but this year I've decided to minimalize everything in my large family of 10's lives so I can stop burdening myself with the mundane and start living life to the fullest as a mum, wife, and as myself. If you want to see more decluttering videos, then hold on tight, go down and hit that subscribe button and turn the notifications on, because I am getting rid of a lot of stuff. I have been completely overwhelmed the last couple of years since our family went from 4 children to 8 children in a matter of 18 months, and even though we are almost 3 years into our journey of having 8 children, it is still overwhelming with the amount of stuff we have in our tiny house. I bet you're asking, what am I decluttering today? And if you can't tell, my laundry pile behind me is exactly what we are doing. We are going through everyone's clothes and we are getting rid of absolutely everything and going for a minimalist closet for every single person in this house, including myself. So today I'm actually starting with the kids' clothes and I'm going to smash that out because half of these clothes behind me belong to just 2 of the children. And yes, I have one of my children home with me today as he's just gone and walked through doing God knows what. So that is what I am doing today. I'm going through all of the kids' clothes and I am going to not do this without intent, without purpose or anything. So I actually am going to give you 5 to 6 tips that might actually help you along with your own decluttering journey. For me, when I declutter, the first thing I need to do is actually the easiest thing. The previous video was listing my mistakes with decluttering, which you can find in one of the cards that's going to pop up on the screen. If I forget to insert it, I will link it in the description box below. But we are going to jump right in. God, this was a long introduction. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and whatever to help you declutter and minimize your clothes, because this isn't even half of it, and this is from me being sick for 3 weeks and having the ability to wash the clothes but not actually fold them and put them away. This is going to take forever to go through these clothes. My first tip for decluttering clothes is to actually have a plan of attack and not just go into it willy-nilly. And when I say plan of attack, I've actually written a list of how many items or pieces of clothing I want for each category, whether it be t-shirts, long sleeve shirt, pants, shorts, underwear, socks. Every child is going to have a set amount of clothes so that this overload of washing doesn't happen again, because it is not a washing issue or a fact that I'm lazy when it comes to folding, because it is one of my pet peeves. I hate folding. I hate washing clothes in general, but folding is don't want to do it. I've limited the amount of stuff I want, and because I've got groups of children that are close together in age, I'm actually going to start with the youngest child first. Limit the amount of clothes they have, and because we're in the stage of they're moving into the next size, it means that I can easily do the hand-me-downs, and then I'm not stuck with taking clothes from one child and putting them directly into the next. I can actually declutter and get rid of what I don't want. But I am starting with the boys because they are 4, 5 and 6. That is my youngest group, and they're all growing into the next size, so I'm just going to declutter and do the hand-me-down line. Second tip is actually, as I am doing this, is to know the space that the clothes has to fit into, because there is absolutely no point in decluttering the clothes and not having these boundaries as well. because if you declutter your clothes and still have an excessive amount and you don't understand the space it's going into, then it is going to overflow and you're going to be right back where you started. So it's always important to know the space that you're storing stuff in, and that includes whether they are sharing cupboards or drawers with other children, like they do in my house, because we are a large family in a tiny home, so we don't have a lot of room for the stuff to go in. Oh, okay. Oh, get ready for the next one. Oh. So now that I've finished the first child's one and I have put a lot of stuff in the declutter, I've also put stuff in the toss pile as well, just because they're worn out, and that sort of brings me, as I start this massive pile of two boys' clothes. I don't know why they got so many. This brings me to my next point, is that when I'm actually going through the clothes, I am inspecting all the clothes, whether I'm getting rid of them or not, to make sure that they are not worn out, they don't have holes, the kids don't wear them, because I have a couple of children that have sensory issues, and certain types of fabric they just will not have a bar of, so they won't wear them, so there's no point in having them. But I'm now going to go through the two older boys of my 3 group and use the same process that I did, as well as anything that's too small I will put in that one, and then decide whether it's going, I'll go through it again and decide whether to keep it or not, to fit within my guidelines of 5 to 6 items in each category, which I think is a reasonable amount of clothes because it's a week's worth of clothes. I'm still going to be washing every day, but I'm not going to have this huge pile turn up all the time. These two boys' clothes, they actually overlap into each other's areas. They also go into the older boys' areas as well, because they all share a room, and it's not ideal. How does he manage to do that?
Yeah, that's when Logan was playing outside and Jacob ripped him off the square.
And he caught his chocks.
Yeah.
Why do they play so rough? Worn out. Right. I know it looks like really retro and everything, but it's all worn out and the image is coming off. So we'll go chuck that one. This is another one that I'm going to sit here and go, do I, don't I? It's worn. It's their favourite t-shirt. I cannot get this child out of it, but it's got holes in it, so sorry, not sorry. A lot of my size 5s are actually getting thrown out before they even get handed down, because as I said, I've got children with sensory issues, and one of his tactics is to absolutely gnaw on his shirts. I mean, he's chewed the sleeve out. And that's just him having a sensory issue. Like, he's chewed all the collar to the point that there's no stitching left, and the sleeves are on both sides are completely chewed. So most of the size 5s are actually getting put in a different pile, which I will explain soon when I go back over this stuff. Okay, so now that I've done the 3 boys' clothes, I've moved the majority of the clothes down the list, as well as got them sorted into sizes. So that's 1, 2, 3. I'm actually going to go back through them and then make the massive cut of all the items into their categories to make sure it fits my rules of 5 to 6 per category. So 5 t-shirts, 5 long sleeves, 5 shorts, 5 summer jammers, 5 winter jammers, 5 jumpers. I think that is plenty enough for each child in this house, but if I am missing some of those numbers in the categories, I can easily go buy more to make up the difference, which I know this one who is going up a size, the oldest one who's going up a size, is going to miss some in that category because there was such a massive age gap between the 2 older boys and the group of 3 younger boys. It's like a 5-6 year gap. So we are now going to just go back through the youngest child's and make sure that everything fits into each category, which means more cutting down, more bagging stuff, and more reducing. And I'm going to sort them into their categories as I go, so I can just pick and choose. That is his whole wardrobe in one basket. That is all the clothes he's getting to keep, plus his swimmers. And that's one child done. Now we've got to do this child. So that is the process for how to go through them. Like, I know I double touched everything, but I found it easy for me personally just to go through all the clothes for those 3 boys that are in the same age bracket, and then by sorting them into size, and then go through them again to sort them into category and into my plan of attack for each category. And now that that's done, I'm moving on to the girls. So let's get started. And I have to say, already I have halved the amount of clothes. Like, halved it. Over halved it. Probably I've cut it into a quarter. So let's see what I can do with these girls. One thing I will note with the girls is they are both the same age. They both wear the same size clothes. So I am just essentially making sure that they have their own individual clothes. The same amount for each child. And then get rid of all the smaller size. I'm going to leave the older boys' clothes for later because I'm actually going to do another video where I am updating their organisation system for the two older boys. At the moment I'm using a hack to store their clothes in their wardrobe using bookcases and baskets, which I will show you, but that system is outdated, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to see that video because I got a really good deal on some new organisational systems that fit inside their wardrobe, so stay tuned for that. But now we're going to talk about folding. Believe me, as someone who absolutely hates folding, like it's so not it's not my jam. Don't like it. I have learned how to fold many different ways, but for me, because my children are always on the move and very rough and tough and busy and bustly, I have learnt to fold clothes with the tuck-in method, which sort of stops them from just reefing everything out but still leaving them able to see the clothes. So even if they do reef them out, they actually stay folded. So this is why I use the tuck system. But I am just going to smash through this folding, and if you want to see how I use the tuck system for folding, head down in the description, go find my TikToks. I might do a collaboration of my TikToks where I show you how I use the tuck fold method on clothes. But here we go, let's do the folding with the tuck system. I find it very space saving. Okay guys, that is essentially it for this video of me absolutely annihilating and decluttering the massive amount of clothes that is in my house. As I said, we're just doing the children's clothes at the moment. I've gotten rid of like nearly 3/4 of their clothes. So I got rid of, in one of the kids' outfits, I got rid of 15 t-shirts just by themselves, which is a massive amount considering I still left him with 5. This was well overdue to happen. I have been putting it off, and washing is just one of the things that I absolutely hate, like with passion. It is my most hated tasks that I have to do. Now, what am I going to do with the stuff that are worn out, stained or torn? They can become crafts projects. Certain types of fabrics are actually good cleaning rags, so you can save money on cleaning, such as the track pants material. So I actually have a couple of family members and friends that have cleaning businesses, and they use scrap fabric as cleaning cloths to save money. So I am going to offer it to them, and if not, then I am sure that I can find another way to either recycle or to pass them along. And obviously the ones that are too far gone are going to have to get thrown out some way, but I'm sure there are ways to do it that are good for the environment, so I'm going to put my time into that. Anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button at the bottom, because guess what? I am on a journey to rid my home of clutter that I don't need, and to start having our very large family to live with less stuff so that I can spend less time taking care of everyone else's lives and more time actually being in theirs. Thank you for watching this video. Leave me a comment down in the bottom which tip you found most helpful, and also let me know in the comments what is your pet peeve task in the household. Mine is obviously laundry, which is why it gets put off so long. As always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.